Well, we are back once again. This could possibly be the last map that we get to see, but if Davenport University managed to take things matter into their own hands, which actually, the fact is that I believe that they were the ones that got to pick Dust 2 here, which is gonna be our next map, which I hope that we're jumping straight into. But yeah, if they do manage to get their own pick, then okay, they have a fighting chance here to still make it into grand finals, going forth in that decider. But if not, then it is gonna be BHOP Esports facing off versus Sojoga JJ mañana, tomorrow. That is right. In case they close it out, of course, and that is yet to be decided. But for the time being, sorry. BHOP Esports are going to start on the CT side.
It seems, though, that Davenport, through their history on the tournament, have actually gone even on Dust 2. They've played it twice, won one, lost one. Here they start out with a bang, though, as they take down Swan. They end up training for Twitcher, though. Oh, but you already know where the true death grounds are going to be. It's always long A, but this time BHOP is not going to be successful in impending that plant. As Davenport moves in, they almost take down Eris, and now they're only holding onto their territory. Korn and Silas trade. It seems that Beaky and Eris are the ones in charge of defense, but they are not going to get anything going. Beaky must turn around for Pug. Takes him down, though. Will he go for the defuse, or will he wait for Kojo? Time's running out. He has no kits. I don't think he is going to get this. Wait, he has a kit! Oh my lord! He's gonna cut it so short! He gets it!
Oh my god!
Wow!
Okay, talk about cutting it close. That is just as close as it can get, and BHOP Esports will get themselves that first round. My goodness gracious. Over body, and the Beaky went absolutely massive with those shots, and this is how you deal some mental damage as well. Cross gonna be hit. Molly gonna be thrown out as well. Brett gonna hold the exit out of tunnels alongside Beaky. Seems like there is nobody gonna try and push that just yet. And so, as they are gonna make their push for mid, though, Silas is still on the other side. Looking if anybody makes their way, but Cat is already occupied as well. The push is about to come through. Silas, will he get caught off guard? Or is he gonna deal some damage? And the info nonetheless will be there. Spec now knows that it's gonna fall. Courtesy Var is right there. And making their way in. Okay, nice shooting there from Pogus One. Not able to answer back. So at the very least, Davenport will make their way into A and get the execution just right.
This is what Davenport wants. They actually actively want them to approach through CT ramp, but it seems that once they get to cross, they're quite hard to slow down. And we see BHOP moving forward. They're gonna find Kojo, Korn, and Beaky. They're both quite lit, but Korn is going to end up getting that victory in a 2v1 clutch as he stops BHOP's advances back to even Roy. And you know, last map we were used to seeing an even score for the longest time, so it's no wonder that they're back to it. But eventually there comes a point where one team really separates. It was BHOP last time. Will Davenport be able to make the most out of this too?
I mean, Davenport really kept it close back and forth up until like the second third of that first map. So yeah, I'm expecting them to keep themselves competitive at the very least for that amount, if not just a straight up take it. Bug up and up on Swan, but Brett gotta make sure that that doesn't go unanswered. So far, so good is yet again, even though from a different position, yet again another execute here in A.
Bomb planted on A once again, seems to be the favorite. Granted, it's also not particularly easy to access beaches like that. Spec is holding on to his space right here, but safe. He's gonna move into the smoke belt. He's gonna find 3 down. Spec on his own prevents the move, and thus earns another round for Davenport. Great defense, great recognition. And we keep talking about how important it is to hold your util until the end of the round, Roy. But I think Spec specifically, even an Ancient, has found a lot of interactions in which that one util ends up giving him the winning push. We saw him covering the wall between Ramp and Banger on Ancient, and now we see him covering here the entryway through the high ground, Pizza and Quan and such. So yeah, you can really never count Spec out if he is alive. He is an expert reading the util. Speaking of which, he blinds like 4 people from BHOP, shoots through the smoke, ends up living, but does take down Silas. Oh, but he's finally taken care of after giving up his location.
Gonna give some info away. And Air is also gonna give his life away to Switcher. So Davenport really looking to cause him some damage. Beaky to give himself a surprise. Oh, what were those shots? Just strafing straight through. Going in with the moves. You already know how it is. Denying Davenport of a complete advantage, numbers-wise. And yeah, the thing is that now that they got B on lockdown, yeah, the retake was pretty much not gonna happen. Even if they did try, like, I mean, we've seen time and time again, teams get shut down immediately onto B. In order to try to make the push, not the easiest one. And at that point, really no blame on BHOP's side. For trying to play their lives and give themselves a bit of a better fighting chance throughout. Spec has been so deadly all throughout this series. This entire match that both of these teams have played it's been kept like as close as it has, at least as far as round count. Doing no small part to that, man. However, it is a team effort in the end, so even though Davenport have the advantage so far, they need to keep things just like this, and they need to hold it for quite a bit longer. Because if not, well, we've seen BHOP Esports know how to take those maps.
Slowly moving forward here. See Spec once again trying to take care of the stairs, but he is on the other front this time. Might get caught between a run and a hard place as he cannot run through Cat anymore. The molly is set up, but nobody sees him yet. Spec has not moved an inch, not giving his location away, and now he has almost free entry. He could catch Silas from behind, but we see a shootout on the other side of things. It's going to be on long doors where where only Puck goes down. Swan goes down now, though, as he is caught by a long A, completely wide open, and the switch is coming through as BHOP loses 3 team members. Now 4, and Davenport seems to be... Oh, they're not even gonna need to plant the bomb. They just get all 5 of them down. Spec still living, by the way. He got 2 kills on that round. The one carrying most of the firepower for Davenport. And on the other side for BHOP, it's mostly Aris, but still not big of a difference. They are much more evenly distributed, but Brett and Swan still taking their sweet time to pick up steam.
Why Why even go for the plan when you can get those kills? And Davenport have been so effective at that. Of course, though, story could change. Nobody gonna be towards long this time around, at the very least on the defense. So BHOP Esports leave that wide open, and of course, that is because they are severely outgunned, as Bug has just demonstrated, and Kojo does the same as well. At that point, it was just a matter for Davenport to try and go and win the round without any casualties. Pug will lose his life in the end. So taking a bit of a hit in that regard, but the rest of Davenport are looking as pristine as ever. So now balls on the court of BHOP Esports to try and bring things back. Easier said than done, of course. But we've seen what this team can do. So even in spite of this big differential, I mean, Davenport did it earlier, so there's no reason why they cannot do the same.
For sure. And it was a 4-round differential too.
Yep.
Just to refresh that little piece of data. But definitely a doable difference for BHOP. Granted, they are playing T. The choice to start T or CT really does make a big difference. We saw it last map with Davenport. And now we see them doing a great job on offense, just making BHOP rotate poorly. Always getting them out of their trench. Good bait and switch here too. And Red forgets to cover his left as Switcher takes him down. That's 4-2. No, sorry, it's 5-2. Quite a big difference. And Spec's gonna find them. Oh, but he does not shoot. He is not able to take down Swan before receiving the headshot from the AWP. They do still have a free entry into B though, as they are going to get the plant, set up the smoke for just some extra time. And that's going to be it. I also don't see BHOP Esports too eager to try and go for a defuse, as they know that the number differential is going to hurt them big time. Pug is going to go on a manhunt, and he is going to be taken... No, he is going to take down Beaky, actually. Wow. Not a trade that I expected to go in his favor. And now they're only looking for Swan, but unfortunately for them, that's the one with the AWP, and Swan peeks. He does have the AWP. He will be covered from the other front. No, he will not get the shot on Pug. That's the end of the round. All of them down. Davenport 6-1. Good momentum they have now.
Great momentum that Davenport have built for themselves at this point. Single round on the side of BHOP. Just exactly what Davenport needed. Coming out of the gate swinging in this second map. Of course, this is their pick as well, so bit more comfort this time around. 6 ain't a full map just yet, though, so not out of the woods for them. Situation is looking unfavorable for them, especially judging by how BHOP were able to close things out at the very end of map number 1, but now it is Davenport firmly in control. Though they get a bit complacent, BHOP might as well go and close out that distance. Though looking a bit unlikely at the moment. So let's just take a look. What angle is defense gonna take so far? Executions and shots on point. Not even allowing anybody to turn around. Spec will fall though, so numbers at the very least, or even if BK manages to get his hands on an AK, some bit of a loot from that push.
That Molly did not really stop Brett on his tracks. He's still covering the same angle. He does get the intel that they are mostly on A side, so they're going to rotate through along A. It's going to be quite dangerous, though, as you see Davenport has 3 AK users covering the same entryway. Corn might get a peek here as well, but he's gonna end up being scorched alive, almost dying.
Whew.
It's now all down to him and Beaky.
Yo!
Beaky's gonna set up the molly, but it won't be enough to catch Corn as he is the one to get the kill. And that's another round, everybody. Davenport 7-1. Amazing work from them. And this momentum does not seem to be coming to a stop anytime soon. This was probably the closest BHOP was going to get for a while. And that was that actually an eco round, Roy? Was it?
Yep, it was.
Wow.
I mean, that is how BHOP, like, that is the thing, but BHOP are so good at making the most out of their eco rounds, of course, this time around. They're looking much better with Kojo watching that cross. Oh, pressure is right there once again. I think that he spots somebody but doesn't manage to give him a new haircut for the time being. No bullets to the skull just yet, though. It's a perfect split. Long gonna be mark covered this time around. As Aris is just hiding in the inside a pit. Lurking in the shadows. Waiting for somebody to make the push. From Cat comes the offense as well, of course. Okay, Swan gonna make his way through long as well to give some support. And that is the pick onto Spec. No smokes to block the Cat view just yet. So, even though things got a bit scary for Brett for a second, numbers are still in the favor of BHOP.
Oh, now even more so as they take down Pug as well. Pug was doing a very good job as the last line of defense before. Now it seems, though, that Kojo is going to have a completely blocked entry here through a window. They do manage to make it back to even, though. Every time BHOP seems to be on the verge of getting an advantage, Davenport just shuts those hopes down. Now, Switcher, though, will he find Aris? It's him against the world. He finds Aris, though. He shoots, gives the location away, and that's going to be a defuse after 7 consecutive rounds. The Davenport got the win. Finally, BHOP is on the board again. 7-2 differential. And you know, Roy, we keep talking about momentum. We keep talking about the huge lead that some teams might build. But 5 rounds is still a very doable distance to come back.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've seen that. We've seen that happen, especially, I think BHOP definitely capable of doing so. Even though things felt like they were getting a bit too out of control for them to manage successfully. They stopped the bleeding for 1 round, which, of course, is not enough just yet. What a great molly to discourage any action over there by mid. Good follow suit, a ride with some more util as well. Long still on lockdown. At the very least from anybody that tries to make it from mid or T. But it is going to be a push through mid. And it is going to be a kill for Pug right there. Swan falls to the ground, but Brad makes sure to pay him that he pays for it.
Ooh, speaking of paying big time, Corn trying to take this high ground through a window ends up being shut down, and now Switcher too as he tries to find Silas. Not the best of outcomes for Davenport after such a long winning streak. They are now down on their luck. Big disadvantage on the numbers, and the bomb, you see it right there by window as well. Very hard spot to go in and bring it back.
Yeah,
Kojo's left on his own, and that's going to be the round once again. No chance to pick up that bomb, man. Absolutely no chance. BHOP is now 3 rounds to 7. Not a bad distance anymore, I would say, because we already talked about how BHOP started 4-0 in last map, and then they kind of let things go even, then they split apart again. So this might be BHOP finally picking up the pace, ready to play T-side later on, because we are in the last 5 rounds of this side.
Yeah, I was just about to say the round count is dwindling down for this first half, so we're running out of options. Of course, Brett gonna try to make the most out of situations, covering the other side of tunnels. Seems mid was a bit favored at this time around as well, at the very least for a further approach. But the doors were on lockdown for a bit. We do have both Beaky and Silas watching vigilantly. Beaky even pushing up a little bit more. Gonna get himself pug as a reward for that, and so is Brad. Doing the same on to Spec. So once more, I mean, this is what we were expecting from BHOP. Trades come through once again, further damaging the numbers on Davenport's side. Kojo, though, as deadly as ever with that up.
After all this time, though, Davenport's still playing at a disadvantage. One with an asterisk, though, because you do have an AWP user, and now Switcher finds Eris as well, but it's Kojo on his own again, and he is gonna be forced to set up his smoke. Oh, they see him peek there, though. Kojo with a very bad jump that ends up leaving him completely uncovered, and BHOP's own Silas is gonna find him, gonna get the last kill, and now it's only 3 rounds away. Even after that great start from Davenport University, they might still get into the side switch with a negative score if BHOP managed to pull the 7-round win streak. Not looking as doable, though. But with this momentum, they're catching up. Oh, no! Wait a minute! Immediate headshot from Pug into Beaky, all the way from suicide to mid doors, and now Brad goes down too. It's like Davenport said, you know what? We want this favorable score for the side switch before we get to it. And yeah, so far so good from them. Now they just need to decide where to push, and it seems that B is a bit easier for them, as they only have to worry about Silas. But how do you push in? You already tried it through window, didn't work before. If you try and go to door, that's exactly the angle that Silas is ready to cover. So it seems that they're going to go for A, as it's been left not completely unattended, but you are a bit further away, as Swan is going to take cover with the AWP. He's going to take Spec down, the deadliest of Davenport's, but goodbyes either way.
Count your snipes right there. The op going to get shut down by yet another one, as Pug, at the very least, got the damage done before bowing out. Smoke just to cover themselves a bit more. Silas getting the best of Kojo. Time is of the essence, though, here for BHOP if they want to even get a chance at the defuse. Corn last left alive. Pistol in hand here for Eris. And the shots come through. So, timing is right there. And yes, of course, Silas was well equipped for the occasion. He doesn't leave house without his kit. And it just pays off, of course. It's still a BHOP, if the trend continues, has a chance to end up like either break even or go ahead and take like 13, 14, and 15, which will put them just at the slightest of leads. And, I mean, that wouldn't fare too well for Davenport. Of course, they did manage to get the initial swing of momentum, but the matter of fact is, BHOP were not shut down completely just yet. It was looking super dire for them, has amounted to a comeback so far. Of course, not fully done just yet because they're still trying to catch up to those 7 rounds for Davenport. But nonetheless, it has been a stellar job here from BHOP, who are looking pretty much down in the dumps for a bit.
Speaking of which, Davenport does not seem to find a way through this particular smoke that stops them from going through long A. Coach is almost going to go all the way back to pits, as Spec and Switcher are going to attempt to push. for B. They're approaching the upper B tunnels. First fork in the road, though. Where are you going to cover Spec? It seems that nobody's giving up an inch. He's going to move forward. Clears the way. The road is completely free for you to move on from. Horn took some damage with util earlier on, by the way. That's the one person who is actually ever so slightly harmed by any attempt here. Whoa!
Whew.
Very interesting setup right there. Yes, it was perfect from Horn as they managed to move forward through those doors, but Switcher is gonna be taken down. Kojo, by the way, has stayed all the time over there by Pit, and it seems that it's going to come down to him as Aris and Swan and Vicky have gotten those kills 4 down for Davenport University. This lead that they have is dwindling away. Kojo misses. He whiffs that shot, and it doesn't seem like he has anywhere to run. The bomb is covered. It's sitting there by Cat Boost. But they're going to find Kojo. Oh, no. Kojo's going to take down Brett. Hang on a sec. This might not be quite curtains. No, it is curtains. Look at the clock. That's time, and BHOP earns the round, but Kojo's still going to hurt their eco as he takes 2 people down. But still, quite a hurtful way to end things, though BHOP is only 1 run away from making this even.
Kojo doing a bit of target practice by the end to stay warm for the next rounds and take a couple of names from BHOP in the process. Of course, this is where the tides could turn completely around. With the momentum that BHOP have built for themselves, I wouldn't be too surprised if not only they taken that. Oh, the shots did not connect though. Pog gonna correct that. And at the very least, now Aris is not going to be part of their problems. Long, heavily contested right here. Of course, Swan and company are going to wait a bit around. They might have given up some space. But will the util come through here? Coming clutch, coming effective on the side of Davenport. Because if not, then, well, they might just go for the full turnaround, but it doesn't look like it. They are committing to walking the way through long. Smoke comes through. Nobody dared to deny them with that position so far. Goose not completely covered at the moment. So, yeah, it is going to be an execution on the side of Davenport. But Beaky causing in some damage. Immediate answer there from Corrin. Not only getting that platinum done, but also getting the frag right there. And yeah, it is pretty much a done deal. So Davenport will keep their advantage for the time being. But man, did BHOP manage to close things out. Yeah, and they come to switch, we could see an entirely different story.
For sure. That win streak that BHOP got definitely is a little preemptive message of what we might get to see. Davenport will get the advantage on the side switch, but we also know about their nasty CT. BHOP did not make the best of what they could with CT side. No matter the score here, they are going to have to play an offense that's got to be perfect, but much like last map, we saw them down on their luck for some time, and then not only did they win, they ended up in it with a bang, winning like 6 rounds in a row, I believe, with a 16-10 score. Spec is already down, by the way, so BHOP definitely playing a much more offensive round here, as they have to, and the trades seem to be ever so slightly in their favor. They are left with 3 team members versus Davenport's 2. And great position here for Swan. He whiffs, though. He definitely saw Pug moving. And now he has to face off against both Pug and Kojo's own AWP. And that's going to be the hardest task ever. But they know how to rotate. You can see both Beaky and Swan taking the backside, moving through long doors, trying to find Kojo. He cannot cover for both angles. He might have heard them, though, as he is definitely peeking there. He finds Swan. And Davenport University might get the side switch with a 9-6 score, as it seems that BHOP has nowhere to go. Brett is down. Beaky is going to kill Kojo, but he has no time to go in for the defuse. No kits. This round is in the bag for Davenport. Now it's a matter of time before we see if Puck can get the kill. No, Beaky's going to get the kill. Not the bomb, though. That's it for this side, everybody. Davenport will get an advantage, as they now will have to play CT.
3 rounds ahead, and if they get the first couple of rounds of the switch, then things could really get out of control here for BHOP Esports. I mean, they mounted a bit of a comeback, but not being able to close the distance in the end. They went as close as just 1 round away, but Davenport hold on to their clutches and will keep themselves a bit ahead, just a bit though. I don't think they can feel too comfortable just yet.
You first need to get through this pistol round. It seems that Davenport has more firepower though. Corn with the dual Baratus, everyone else with the USP silenced. And the util will definitely, man, Corn leaving no stone unturned. He takes down 3. Puck claimed 1 kill, and Brett is on his own. And like you said, Roy, 2 more rounds for Davenport might make this too big of a task for BHOP. They would need to go on a tear once again. And that's the round, everybody. Man, Corn, what an absolute monster with a dual Baratus.
Duel is putting in the work. They walked straight into the slaughterhouse, and Corn was ready to deliver. Take a look at that once again. Everybody catching the bullet. And well, too little too late at the end, so it's not going to get any easier at this point here for BHOP Esports. If they want to close it in a 2-0 fashion, you really have to step up right now. Beaky will still make the push in a fast way, but Corn through thick and thin gets some more damage, and so Pug as well. Look at that. Lighting everybody up. And those were the 2 guaranteed at that point. Pretty much, of course, we've seen BHOP Esports be very effective in a couple of their eco rounds, but at that point, the damage had already been done. So Davenport cruising perhaps into a victory here for map number 2. Are we gonna get to see that last nuke that everybody's waiting for? I mean, it would be quite a way to close things out in this, which are the last semifinals of the day. Let's not forget. So Joga and Infinity already happened, and the Brazilian team definitely got the better of Infinity Esports, so we are in a cozy spot right here. Talking about cozy, though, I think that Spec's making sure that everybody feels welcomed with a couple of bullets to the head. Some more damage being done here by Brett. Nice spray right there.
And BHOP will actually move forward and plant the bomb. You know, Davenport was looking like they were going to close things out real fast. They even caught some player, I believe it was Swan or Aris, switching util and weapon, so no place for him to run. But now we're only down to the last team member for BHOP. It's Beaky. He finds them, though. Oh, man. He took some time to shoot. I mean, good discipline, but you really need to be lethal when it counts the most. And Davenport gets their 12th round on the board. The menace of the decider map is looking real, Roy. Nuke is waiting for these 2 teams to play on there, and you already know about Davenport's history on Nuke. They are undefeated this particular tournament on that map, so they for sure want to make that happen. The Collegiate Esports is tasting a decider map They just need to get 4 more rounds to their name, and that's gonna do it. Oh, and they even block Swan from moving forward. They're on top mid through the molly. Same case through the connector from upper B tunnels to Doug, but Switcher is taken down. The numeric majority is back on Davenport's side, however, as Aris and Silas are gonna be taken down by Bug. He takes down 3 now. Bug, an absolute killing machine, and this flag right here is gonna take care of Swan as well. Spec is back in it. Beaky, the last one left, once again. Not for long, it seems, as Puck might have given the intel as to where he is. He doesn't go Spec, though. That's a deagle kill.
That it definitely is. Moving around, though, trying to break someone else's ankles. He does a bum in hand, but time does not favor him at this point. Of course, he still has a chance to make a decision, but judging by the route that he has taken, the long route, it is for him. At the very least, the plan would be huge to amount to something. Nobody currently looking at his position. Kojo hiding in the shadows ever so slightly. He will approach, though, and I think that he is going to hear that. Yep, exactly. Kojo getting the better at that point, and well, securing Davenport yet another round. 3 away at this point. If there is any wake-up call for BHOP Esports, it is this here and now. If they want to go in a clean 2-0 fashion, if not, it is going to have to be a decider, or at the very least try and go for that overtime. But the way that Davenport started this second half, I mean, they were already in the lead and currently just unwilling to let go.
BHOP needs to go on one of those winning streaks that they're capable of if they want to have even the slightest of chances at bringing this back. Time is running out for them, and they're going to leave Beaky. Oh no, Beaky does have an AK, sorry. I thought he was going to be left with just a single pistol, but he is back in it. Eris and Spec are gonna trade, and Spec, it's definitely gonna hurt Davenport not to have Spec with them, but Kojo is there to pick up the slack. Kojo might not be the one with the most kills, but he is the one that comes in the clutches when needed most. And you can see it here too. He was the one to close out Eris, and now Brad is taken down by Korn. Korn, throughout this tournament, has also had quite a development. The first map they played, I remember, was not a good one for him at all. Not even the first series really was good for Korn, but slowly he has been becoming an essential tool for his teammates. The one with the second best KD on Davenport's side, and also the one who is covering for B, because we already saw how BHOP has attempted a B push consistently. Window is going to be a no-go, and you might as well give up on approaching between upper B and Dog as well. Now they are gonna go for the catalog. Yep, Kojo's gonna take care of. It's not full collateral. He do some damage to Beaky as well. He took down Silas. Now Beaky's gonna approach him though, as Kojo was forced to back down, and it will be a push for A as they close out the entry through CT ramp, forcing Davenport to rotate all the way through the stairs, taking down Swan. And still Beaky will not be able to pull off the full defense. Davenport 2 rounds away, Roy, from winning the entire map and bringing us to a decider.
Oh, that would be huge for them. And they are making the most of their map pick right here. Just 2 more away, looking to make quick work of BHOP Esports this time around. What an answer. What a statement that would be from the Davenport team. Only 2 more. It is just a matter of not dropping the ball at this point and not letting things go out of hand from them. And the way that these boys have been shooting has been stellar, at the very least for this first map. Trying to get himself a better angle. Really great from Kojo, of course. Holding it down. And Look at that. Cat is gonna be on lockdown, and the cross right from the tunnels is also gonna be shut down. It's definitely a huge position that Coach has just taken advantage of. And it's not like BHOP are poorly armed this time around. Of course, economy not looking the most solid at this point, so if they don't get this round, this 21st round, then I think we could pretty much call it a done deal at this point. This could be their last hurrah. At the very least for us too, of course, because we still have the decider in store, which is looking more than likely at this point. At the very least, if you're Davenport, well, you are looking to recoup, but it's a matter of actually closing things out. The trade comes through, and still, now the numbers advantage completely on the side of BHOP. Some more shots trying to get something. Catching anybody that's trying to make it out of Goose. And, of course, Aris is right there just trying to play his life, or whatever it's left of it at this point. And, yeah, like, Davenport don't even feel the pressure to go for the defuse. Just trying to bait something out. Switcher, gotta hold it down. If anybody comes across him, that's fine. If not, well, that's a round that they can't totally afford to lose at this point. And they put, like, BHOP put Davenport in a similar situation earlier, and they managed to close it out in the end in spite of Davenport's best efforts. So now with the 7-round differential between these guys, I think Davenport just have to tap it in at this point. Just let it roll and sit in its place. That W is right there for the taking. Yet again, oh, Swan. Not getting the angle that he wanted. Well, not getting the shot that he wanted. He lined him up. It's just he didn't get a chance to do any damage at that point.
Switcher holding on to Pitt. You saw last round, how BHOP took care of long A, got the control of it, did not let go, and that's what lost Davenport University the round, really. They had no response to that coverage. Now we see some frags being thrown. We see the smoke being thrown as well, giving Davenport the bait and switch. As BHOP Esports' zone, Brett and Beaky are now running back to attempt another push through long doors. It's going to be a complicated task, though, as the Molly will help Switcher get a better position here. And they are all coming through. I think they saw him. They definitely saw Switcher, but they are still going to have the upper hand. They take him down. Koja takes a lot of damage as well. Has not found any kills just yet. The smoke is giving them so much time, but BHOP loses 2 team members. We're back to even, but barely living, dude.
Yeah, holding on for dear life there from Pog. It could be huge. Spec trying to close things out, put the final nail in the coffin, or well, the penultimate one. Another one going the way of Davenport, and at this point, you can almost smell it of how close that decider map is. I don't know if BHOP are going to try and mount and, well, make their best to avoid that situation, or if they're going to fight for the overtime. If they even get the chance to do so, of course, because Davenport has been cleaning things up. And this is definitely looking like their map. However, Swan blowing Korn's brains off, giving BHOP yet another chance. Fast execution this time around. Well, potential, of course. Bit of a rush. You already know. What's left in the store here. Davenport will be the night of the complete victory here for Dust to, for the very least, another round. However, I mean, all it takes is a mistake on BHOP's part, and they could be kissing Dust 2 goodbye and saying hello to Nuke.
Speaking of which, reminder that BHOP can only hope for an overtime here, which of course would earn them a few more rounds, but still, when your best case scenario is overtime, you already know that the momentum is definitely in the favor of Davenport. You need to bring that huge differential back 7 rounds away, which again ain't impossible, but with Davenport so close to victory, you really need to rely on the curse at this point for Davenport not to clutch things out. And you saw Kojo getting a number of interesting pushes and kills, but actually, no, he got just 1 kill, I believe. So he was definitely being shut down by BHOP. And we have seen that whenever they shut down Kojo, things definitely go well for them. But they do switch weapons around. Davenport forced to play a bit more economically. We have a deagle on Spec and Pug. Oh man, and Spec and Corn are gonna end up binding the dust, but that's a trade with Brett and Beaky. It seems that BHOP once again committing to A. All 3 of them, by the way. Long A, still a good place to move from, but Switcher is the one who's patiently waiting and seeing. He whiffs though, he whiffs his shot. And that's an open door for Davenport University to go in and plant the bomb. That's exactly what Silas is about to do. The smoke wall is still up there, and BHOP Esports is forced to move through the stairs collectively. Great angle that Ares is holding on to though. Kojo's gonna move forward. Will he find the peak? He does find Silas. And now Ares finds Kojo. That's huge. He takes down Pug as well. Switcher and Swan left. Is Switcher gonna move on for the defense? No, BHOP takes the round again. Now it's 6 rounds away from the overtime.
Oh man. Oh man, they sure like to play with my heart, bro. Bit too close for comfort right there, but BHOP managed to hold on here in Dust 2. Davenport fighting just to bring us forth, get us that 3rd map. But the overtime, I mean, looking in the horizon at this point, still not looking up too close. As BHOP has 6 more rounds to go. And just one mistake on their part, one crucial mistake on their part, could end up costing them this map and perhaps the entire series if it comes to that. Look at that though. No rush this time around. A bit more patience to play through. Pit side and long completely covered as well, so not the easiest path that BHOP have for the taking. But immediately gotta go for that. They do recognize the situation that they are in, which is that they currently are better equipped than Davenport. They're gonna need to keep that economy hurt constantly though, if they want to get anything for the time being. At the very least, BHOP Esports are looking to put themselves a bit closer. But at this point, the distance just feels so far away, even if they are pretty much guaranteed at this point that they will get it. This round 25.
For sure. Oh, economy hurts indeed, though, as Swan fell. But, man, all 5 players from Davenport killed off. And they were already forced to play another semi-buy. They are finally back on their A-game weaponry-wise and util-wise, as they will arm themselves to the teeth. The fact that your opponents are in double digits now, though, definitely an alarm should be going off at Davenport University. You do not want to give up a 15-6 advantage that they had. but BHOP seems to be on the verge of at least making it a lot closer. Granted, we are still in the with the menace that this might be the final round of the map, and we would go to a decider on Nuke. Swan peeking carefully, aiming at the doors, mid doors that is, nobody moving forward. Plus a wall of smoke set up right here to prevent any more advances if anybody is willing to go for that. Pug is going to take care of business on B side as he is covering backplat, sorry. Does give the signal to Beaky that he cannot move through there. They know it's completely covered, and BHOP Esports taking their sweet time. Hopefully the timer does not give up on them, because Davenport has a very good distribution here to cover all fronts. You have Switcher taking care of the entry through blue and long doors, and if they peek, they might just find him. Does Switcher not see anybody? Switcher is going all the way back to pit. He's gonna be forced to move out of there with the molly. Takes 30 HP of damage only, but that's the intel they need. Switcher is gonna take down Aris and oh man, and Silas. Kojo did go down, but Swan does not have the firepower to end him, and that's the map, everybody. Davenport University closing things out with a bang. Took them some time to find this last round, but better early than never. We are going to a decider map